With this Carpenters Yesterday Once More guitar lesson, we'll show how to play the complete song with an easy strum arrangement for acoustic guitar, along with chord diagrams, strum patterns, and a guitar karaoke video to practice with. We're covering it all with a step-by-step approach. Now, in order to play Yesterday Once More on guitar, you'll need to transpose piano chords to guitar chords. And with that, you'll see a lot of options or arrangements on how to play Yesterday Once More on guitar. We're going to focus on an easy strum arrangement that works well for both singers and guitarists who will be performing the song unaccompanied. And we're also going to learn Yesterday Once More in the same key as the original recording by the Carpenters, which is in the key of E major. Now, a good option when you're strumming chords in the key of E major on guitar is to use a capo along the 4th fret position. And doing so allows you to strum with more standard chord shapes from the key of C. And that's where the term relative to capo will come into play for this lesson. Relative to capo means if I have the capo on the 4th fret, but say I assume that's the open fret position, if I think a C chord shape and I strum a C chord shape, the actual sounded chord, however, is going to be an E major chord, and that has to do with the chromatic scale, if you know that. Open C, capo along the 1st fret relative to capo will be C sharp, 2nd fret D, 3rd fret D sharp, 4th fret an E major chord. And if you don't have a capo, that'll work fine for this lesson because you can just play the open chord shapes we're going to call off. Again, everything is relative to capo, or if you don't have one, it'll work fine. But if you do have a capo, one advantage is you can harmonize or practice along with the original recording. Another advantage is once you get familiar with playing it, if this key doesn't suit your voice well, you can just shift the capo up or down a few frets to better suit your voice to fit the song. So either way, we'll be fine with this lesson. All the chord shapes we're going to call off will be the open chord shapes from the key of C. For verse 1, we have a pretty long chord sequence, so we're going to divide verse 1 into 2 sections. And for section 1, we'll start by going through that chord sequence with a one strum approach, starting with the C chord, then E minor. Now for this E minor chord, we're only going to strum starting from the 5th string bass note, not the bottom 6th string. In an open chord shape, this is an E minor / B. Again, all chord shapes are relative to capo. So if this were open down here, that 2nd fret would be a B bass note. So E minor / B, then A minor, then an A minor 7th / G. And for that transition from A minor, all you do is lift your 3rd finger and go down to the bottom string, 3rd fret, again relative to capo, that would be the 3rd fret, A minor 7th / G. And then we have an F / C chord. F / C, it's essentially an F chord, but we have a C bass note here on what would be relative to the capo, the 5th string 3rd fret. So let's put together that sequence here. One strum approach, C, E minor / B, A minor, A minor 7th / G, F / C. Next we'll apply a strum pattern to the progression, and starting with the C chord. The strum pattern will be down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. And this is to help follow or fall into the tempo or rhythm you'll hear on the original recording. Again, we have to adapt it from piano. Another way to look at the strum pattern is to count it. Here's what I mean. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I actually prefer that a little bit more than the down ups. But for the next chord, we're going to add 2 extra strums. For the E minor, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So if we connect the two, starting from the top with the C, down, down. You may have noticed that that 3 strum, that 3 count that starts the E minor, it's sort of played in transition between C and E minor. Again, you don't have to follow the strum pattern exact. This is just a suggested strum pattern to help you fall into it. After that E minor, we're going to go to A minor. And with that strum, down, up, down, down, up, down, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Same thing for the A minor 7th/G. And then for the F/C, we revert back to the same strum we used for the E minor chord. Let's put it all together from the beginning. We'll do a slow walkthrough. 1, 2, ready. The next step will be to sync lyrics with the chord changes. This is for those of you who are going to be singing and strumming along with this. And what I mean by syncing lyrics, you need to synchronize certain syllables or words with chord changes to help get acclimated to the timing. When I was young, so young will land on the C chord or sync up with the C chord. When I was young, I'd listen to the radio. So that first syllable of radio, radio, waiting for my favorite song. Let's do that one more time before we start strumming it, the one strum approach. When I was young, I'd listen to the radio, waiting for my favorite song. Once you can do that, now let's go to the strum pattern. 1, 2, ready. When I was young. And we'll do that one more time. 1, 2, 3. When I was young. For verse 2, the chord sequence begins with the F/C that we ended section 1 with. So we're going to play 2 measures actually of F/C when we put it all together. Then we have the E minor /B if we want to be technical. Then an open D minor chord shape. And then to sort of follow the original recording, there's a little riff on the piano that we're going to sort of emulate for guitar. This G, A minor, G transition. It's going to sound like this. What that is, this is a G chord. It's an alternate chord voicing for G. We're going to start with that, and then an A minor chord. And then we're going to go back to the G, but this time the pinky will not be down. That string will be open. And that's also another voicing for G. So technically, this is G. So is that. And kind of working back, we're going to play this riff again. Down, down, up, 1, 2. Now backing it up to the beginning of section 2. Same initial strum pattern that we were playing throughout the verse for the F/C. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. E minor /B. And for D minor, same deal, and then with the syncing of the lyrics, back to the F/C, when they played, I'd sing along. So on that syllable, long is E minor. It made me smile, and then no lyrics for that riff. So what we'll do now is I'll strum along, and if you want, we can work on syncing the lyrics with the chord changes for section 2. 1, 2, ready. In the next clip, we'll combine sections 1 and 2 together so you can practice all of verse 1, either strumming along or also syncing lyrics with the chord changes. Now, a good way to memorize verse 2 as far as the chord progression goes is to look at it as simply playing half of verse 1. In other words, just section 1, that chord progression, there's one variation we let the last chord ring or sustain. So let's run through that progression just to warm up. It'll be C, E minor, A minor, A minor 7/G, and then the F/C. That's the chord we're going to let ring or sustain. Now let's apply the strum pattern then. Slow walk through. 1, 2, ready, go. Next step will be to sync the lyrics with the chord changes. Those were such happy times and not so long ago. How I wondered where they've gone. And what we'll do in the next clip, you can focus on playing all of verse 2. Again, either just following the chord progression or syncing lyrics to the chords as well. Once you have verses 1 and 2 together, the next step is to start putting together a basic arrangement by combining verses 1 and 2. You also have the option to consider playing an intro as well. Now, for a strum-along, sing-along version, I think the best option is to actually leave out the intro. On the original recording, it's just one measure of C. Then the vocals kick in right away. But as far as keeping timing and singing along, I think the best option is to do like we practice. In other words, deleting that one C chord from the intro and just going when I was young, kicking into the song. It's a matter of preference. You also have an option for some who like to maybe strum a little bit to sort of lead into singing. You could actually do a couple measures of C. Kick into the vocals that way. So regarding the intro, I would suggest to just delete it, but you also have the option to play one measure of C that matches the original recording, or throwing in a couple measures to sort of warm up before the vocals kick in. For the pre-chorus, the chord progression will be E major, G major, A minor, A minor 7/G, F/C, G. Applying the strum pattern, it'll be one beat for the first two chords, E to G, one down strum for each chord. And then for the A minor, I like this strum pattern. When it is, it'll be a down, up, and then a muting of the strings, and then either an up or down strum, whatever you're comfortable with. And then a little bit of lingering on that just to kind of fill in the gap. And then we'll go to A minor 7/G play the same strum pattern. So backing up to the A minor. And then we rev up into the chorus. We're going to change the strum pattern here, going to the F/C. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Let's do that again. Same thing on the G. Going back to the beginning, starting with the E major. 1, 2, ready, go. Finally syncing the lyrics with the chord changes, again with that lead in E to G. But they're back again, just like a long-lost friend. All the songs I knew so well, love so well. Bottom line is, land on the well for G. And what we'll do in the next clip is we'll put it all together where you can practice this section again, either with just the chord changes strumming or syncing the lyrics as well. For the chorus, we'll go from C to A minor 3 consecutive times. The key here is you can keep your first finger anchored on that second string first fret. Keeps the fretting hand steady in position. Then you can go to D minor and G. We're going to apply one strum pattern throughout. It'll be the same strum pattern that ended the pre-chorus, that sort of revved up to lead into the chorus. It's that down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So let's apply the strum pattern to the chorus, starting with the C. 1, 2, ready, go. I've made it this far into the lesson, syncing the lyrics to the chorus shouldn't be too challenging. Every sha-la-la-la, every whoa-whoa-whoa still shines. Every shing-a-ling-a-ling that they're starting to sing so far. Again, if you have made it this far in the lesson, what we're going to do next is, instead of just doing the chorus, as far as syncing the lyrics to the chord changes, we're going to combine the pre-chorus with the chorus so you can practice both together, get a better sense of the song's arrangement. So with that, we'll go to the next clip, syncing the lyrics with the pre-chorus and the chorus. For the post-chorus, the progression will be A minor, then an A minor 7/G sharp. Similar to the A minor 7/G, but we're going to raise that bass note, which means extending that pinky finger up 4 frets, Here's the A minor 7th slash G sharp. So backing it up to the A minor 7 slash G sharp. Now this sounds pretty off. It sounds dissonant. That's intentional. That drama or sense of tension is a good way to sort of resolve the chorus. And I hear that G sharp, that bass line on the original recording. I'll give you another option in a second, but let's stick with trying to follow that. And then an A minor 7 slash G. Reason being, we got that descending bass line. And then I'm going to use the F slash C for the 4th chord in the progression. I've seen a lot of ways to play this, guitar arrangements. You could use an F major 7th instead. I don't particularly like that with the capo, so I'm going to stick with F slash C as the 4th chord. Let's do those, go back to the beginning here. A minor 7 slash G sharp, A minor 7 slash G, then F slash C, and there's a little break. And again, I've seen a lot of ways to play the next 2 chords. What I find works best for this easy strum arrangement is just repeating A minor 7 slash G to F C. Another slight break, and then we have the E minor slash B to F slash C, E minor slash B to F slash C. Again, a lot of ways to play this section. I'm keeping away from the jazzy sounding chords for the easy strum arrangement, but instead of E minor slash B, you could do a C major 7th and then the F slash C. But just letting you know, there are options out there. But let's put it all together. It's a large sequence here, so let's get acclimated to it. Here we go from the beginning. A minor 7 slash G sharp, A minor 7 slash G, F slash C, then go back and repeat that 2 chord sequence. A minor 7 slash G, F, C, E minor, F, C, now as far as the strum pattern, again, a little bit of drama here when they get to the part where he's breaking her heart. So how I like to do that. And so what that is, in fact, I rev it up a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And same thing with the A minor 7 slash G. Let's put that together again. For the next 2 chords, again, we're sort of revving up here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's the A minor 7th. And then, again, there's that pause. A little bit more mellow here when we go back to repeat that 2 chord sequence. And how I like that strum that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3. So we're jumping that F slash C for that last strum there. Let's put that together, starting with the A minor. 1, 2, ready, go. And then we go into the E minor slash B, and this can go back to the sort of initial strum pattern we did previously. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's a lot here. Let's put it all together. One more review of the strum pattern. 1, 2, ready, and. syncing the lyrics when they get to the part where he's breaking your heart. It can really make me cry, just like before. It's yesterday once more. Shoo-doo lang lang. So with that, in the next clip, we'll just have the rhythm part playing so you can work on strumming and or syncing the lyrics as well. Now, verses 3 and 4, guitar-wise, will follow the same chord progressions as verses 1 and 2. So the only thing that will be different will be the actual lyrics. And so rather than breaking down each section, by this point, you should have each section down pretty well. What we'll do with the next clip is we'll combine verses 3 and 4, and you can work on syncing the different lyrics with those chord changes. For the second pre-chorus, chorus, and post-chorus sections, you'll pretty much follow the same chord progressions as the initial sections. The only difference will be for the second post-chorus, we're going to delete two measures. That's the E minor to F/C. Second time around, we just do that sequence once. We don't repeat it. And again, same chords, but with a slight variation as well as different lyrics. What we'll do in the next two clips is we'll work on playing these two sections with the different lyrics. We'll have one clip connecting the pre-chorus and chorus, and then the next clip will be the second post-chorus. For the song's coda, we're going to go back to repeating the chorus section of the song. But on the original recording, there is a fade out for the coda. So when you're playing live, we need to come up with an ending. And a suggested ending that we're going to throw in is going to be reverting back to a section from the verse. That's that G, A minor, G, and then we'll end with a C. Now, as far as the strum pattern goes for that, and then a little bit of lingering, and a nice mellow strum on that C chord. So if we had to go back and from the beginning of the coda, again, it's repeating the chorus section. Again, the song fades out in the middle of the chorus section. So what we're adding is a few extra measures to complete the chorus as well as this ending. So let's rehearse this ending right now. Again, the same strum pattern as the chorus. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Once you have each section down, the next step is to put together a complete arrangement or performance of the song. You can practice the complete arrangement along with my Carpenters Yesterday Once More guitar karaoke video. And with this guitar karaoke video, you can either sing along with Yesterday Once More karaoke, play guitar with Yesterday Once More karaoke, or do both.